Datuk Seri Najib Razak walked out of court with 25 new charges of graft and money laundering after he was given 1 week to settle his 3.5 million ringgit bail. The ex-PM needs to pay 1 million ringgit tomorrow and the balance in instalments of 500,000 ringgit until September 28th. Najib has rejected all charges against him, including 4 counts of abuse of power with regards to 2.3 billion ringgit in his accounts allegedly pilfered from 1MDB. The 6th Prime Minister was arrested by MACC yesterday. He has always maintained that the billions in his bank accounts were a donation from Saudi royals. The case will be mentioned again on November 16th. Najib now faces a total of 32 charges, including 7 charges of criminal breach of trust, abuse of power and money laundering over funds linked to former 1MDB subsidiary SRC International. He is set to be tried in February 2019 for these charges. Meanwhile, a local news report says Najib's wife Datin Sri Rosmah Mansor could be charged very soon. The New Straits Times reports that Rosmah is set to face up to 20 criminal charges, mostly related to money laundering. Felda aims to sell some of its assets to help trim its debt by some 19% or 1.5 billion ringgit this year. Chairman Tan Sri Megat Zaharuddin Megat Muhammad Noor says he's looking to cut its debt from 8 billion ringgit to 6.5 billion ringgit. It plans to do this by selling some of its properties in London, Kuching and Kota Kinabalu, as well as some of its land in certain places. The assets were bought for a total of 2.1 billion ringgit to 2.2 billion ringgit. Felda also plans to restructure its bank loans and obtain an extra lifeline for repayments. Megat Zaharuddin, who was formerly Maybank chairman, was named Tan Sri Shahri Samad's successor in July. He says one of the biggest challenges he faces is the fact that Felda's cash flow is almost empty. He hopes to turn around the group in 2 years' time. It was a fairly solid third quarter for the EcoWorld group of companies. EcoWorld International reported its maiden quarterly net profit of 10.4 million ringgit compared with a loss of 24.2 million the year before. EWI also commenced the handover of Amelia Tower of London City Island in July, its first overseas project to be handed over since the brand was launched internationally in 2015. As at end August, EWI achieved sales of 1.026 billion ringgit, the bulk of which was contributed by its UK projects. According to EWI President and CEO Datuk Teo Leong Seng, the group is on track to reach its 3 billion ringgit sales goal for FY18. Meanwhile, EcoWorld Development reported a 48% jump in its net profit to 38.5 million ringgit, despite revenue dropping by 36% to 490 million. EWD says the higher net profit was mainly due to higher contribution from its joint ventures. The lower top line was due to its subsidiaries completing some major projects and having delivered units to customers. As at August 31st, total sales for EWD reached 2 billion ringgit, more than double the 923 million recorded in the first half. According to President and CEO Datuk Chang Kim Wah, this was a result of an aggressive marketing push. Going forward, EcoWorld Malaysia Chairman Tan Sri Liew Kee Sin says prospects for both EWD and EWI remain very bright. Alibaba Cloud's data-driven AI smart traffic platform CityBrain is expected to be rolled out to the rest of Malaysia once its pilot project in Kuala Lumpur is completed. The system uses cloud computing to help alleviate traffic snarls. It's currently being deployed in the capital city and will collect data from 300 traffic lights and 500 traffic cameras in KL's central business district once completed in May. Citing Alibaba Cloud President Simon Hu, Bernama says CityBrain is aimed at shaping a more modern and convenient transportation system. With its massive cloud computing and data processing capabilities, CityBrain can optimize the flow of vehicles and traffic signals by calculating the time to reach intersections. It can detect traffic incidents and has the potential to help with city planning, incident response and other emergency services. The Malaysian initiative is carried out in collaboration with government-owned MDEC and ride-hailing firm Grab. This is the first time City Brain is being adopted outside of China. Scientech says fourth quarter net profit jumped 22% to 88.3 million ringgit, boosting its full-year results to an all-time high. This was on the back of 733 million ringgit in revenue, which improved by 13% year-on-year because of better sales. For the full year, Scientech saw net profit rise 13.3% to 289.8 million ringgit, while top line rose by 9% to 255.9 million ringgit. It proposed a final dividend of 10 cents per share for the fourth quarter, bringing its FY18 payout to 20 cents per share. MD Lim Peng Jin says FY18 was a momentous milestone year for the group, with its first plant in the US coming online. The stronger US economy holds great promise for its stretch film operations, and the plant in Arizona will enable it to meet the huge demand in the US and Americas. As for its property development division, Lim has confidence that demand for Scientech's affordable housing will remain strong and resilient in the foreseeable future.